Quality healthcare is becoming more accessible for all Kenyans, with the registration of 25.8 million Kenyans under the new Social Health Authority. We call this Taifa Care. This is a rise from the 8 million that were registered in 2022 since independence, indicating increased access and availability of healthcare services across the country. When it comes to affordable housing, within the housing sector, 161,911 housing units are under construction, with an increase that is tremendous, noting very well that in 2022, we only had 8,872 affordable houses constructed. This progress has resulted in the creation of more than 330,000 jobs in the construction and Jua Kali sectors. Within this financing, 4.4 billion has been ring-fenced for the Jua Kali artisans. More than 1,000 artisans have been certified to supply materials, with 3,855 new mortgages having been issued at lower interest rates to ensure that many more Kenyans have a chance at home ownership, even as thousands more are living through the affordable housing program, because they are supplying cement, they are supplying steel, they are supplying sand, they are the handymen, they are the fundis. It has been extremely transformational. And if you look across the country, Kenya is a construction site. Many images. Even when you come across, like this morning I was coming, through Thika Road, just there at TRM, you can see affordable houses. If you go there to Ruiru, you can see others. If you go to Kapsabet, they are now well painted. If you go to Laikipia, across the country, including northern Kenya, everywhere, there is no place where there is no affordable housing. And Kenyans have been asking this question about land fragmentation. The solution is in living in well-planned neighborhoods. Kenya has been commended even by internationals. Just recently we had the Rema Feast, and Joshua Selman from Nigeria, internationally recognized, was actually praising the thousands of houses in Kibera because of the way in which this program has been extremely transformational. And those who are saying that these houses are being given out by the president to different groups of people, the houses are made for Kenyans. The president is inviting teachers to get houses, the police, and everybody else, because these are their houses. Nowhere in the world will you get to afford an apartment for about 1 million or 2 million shillings. It has not been heard. The mortgage prices have gone up, and so the naysayers are the ones who don't want this program to succeed. These houses are for every worker, whether you are salaried or unsalaried. It is important that we own them so that we can move the country forward. And we promised 200,000 houses every year. We had challenges when we started out, but we are on course to achieving that. That is why we have 161,000 houses already constructed, but over 700,000 others are already being planned at different stages so that we can be able to fulfill this program. And you can imagine the number of young people, the participation of young women. We are trying to increase their participation from 20 to 30%. The engineers, we now have a 4,000, internship program. That is going to make so many young people to work for government for the first time. Content creators who are able to tell the government story also, within this affordable housing program. The number of hostels and accommodation facilities that have been constructed across the country is absolutely amazing, so that our students can live in dignity and our institutions can actually grow, going forward. We have been to Tomboya University with the president as we launched that program. Embu University is another one, and many others across the country that are important to the development of the lives of Kenyans, but also ensuring that we fulfill our promises. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. We come once again this Monday morning to speak to you about the many achievements that the government has been able to do for the last 3 years as we continue to commemorate the 3 years that His Excellency President William Ruto has been as the 5th president. He was sworn in on 13th of September 2022 at a colorful ceremony here in Nairobi, attended by so many heads of states and governments, including all of the 7 heads of states within the East African community. And there are promises that we made, and through the Better Plan, which has now been turned into the Medium-Term Plan 4 of the Kenya Vision 2030, 5 pillars are critical in terms of ensuring success of our country, leapfrogging our development into the future. As you may be aware, we took over a dilapidated economy. Many of the things were on their knees. In fact, some people did expect that we wouldn't last 3 months without the economy collapsing. But we are glad that we've been able to turn around the economy to the benefit of Kenyans as follows. The government has made considerable progress in transforming the lives of ordinary Kenyans through its bottom-up economic transformation agenda, popularly known as the Better Plan. This year marks the 3rd anniversary of the Kenya Kwanza administration, now broad-based government, where considerable progress has been reported in the areas of agriculture, healthcare, housing, small businesses, and the digital and creative economy. In agriculture, Kenya is now better. We have food security. We have better commodities prices. And also inflation has come down significantly to 4.8%. Kenyans are now accessing more affordable food supplies in the markets, while farmers are reporting better earnings from their produce. In particular, the price of unga has reduced by 34% from as high of 250 shillings to about 160 on average currently, ensuring that households have access to safe and reasonably priced varieties. This is because of the fertilizer subsidy, which has really significantly reduced from Kenya shilling 7,000 per bag to 2,500, a reduction of 5,000 shillings, which is very good savings. We have saved billions of shillings for Kenyans. There has also been increased support for the edible oils, rice, nuts, cotton, and pyrethrum farmers, therefore reducing the overall cost of household spending. Additionally, more 7 million farmers have been registered in the digital database and 21 million bags of fertilizer distributed countrywide. This has contributed to the increased earnings by coffee farmers, for example, by 52%, tea by 40%, and that of sugar by 76%. In particular, the average price for coffee per kilo now is 120, with some, cooperative societies paying as high as 150. When you come to tea, about 64 shillings per kilo, and sugar really increased per metric ton, from 4,000 to 5,500. This is extremely important, to speak about. And we have been to places like Nakuru, witnessing how pyrethrum is transforming the lives of people. We remember visiting Mr. and Mrs. Getao, who are farmers in Joro, some times back, and the revitalization of the pyrethrum, processing factory there. And we can see the deliberate efforts that have been made in terms of ensuring that farmer earnings attain what we promised during the campaign, the guaranteed minimum returns. In the digital superhighway and creative economy, cheaper internet, increased access to government services, as well as new job opportunities for youth are fostering a stronger digital economy and enhancing citizen engagements with the government. Thus far, 3 smartphones have been assembled locally, reducing the cost of devices, while 834 studio machinani recordings have supported the country's creative talent. Additionally, the enhanced training of youth training in ICT skills has further contributed to the creation of nearly 300,000 digital jobs. 30,000 kilometers of fiber cable have been laid, enabling the establishment of 1,578 public Wi-Fi hotspots and 404 digital hubs. These undertakings have complemented the digitization of over 21,000 government services on e-citizen, raising the government's monthly collection to between 700 and 1 billion shillings a day. This is a lot of money that was being wasted. Government was collecting about 60 million a day. Today, we are collecting between 700 to 1 billion shillings a day. And that means there's a lot of money that now we can use to give better services to Kenyans. Additional progress has been reported in the education sector with an increase in technical, vocational and education training enrollment from 340,713 in 2022 to the current number of over 718,000 students. Within the mining sector, 3 more labs have been established to decentralize the economy with more artisan mining cooperatives registered. And this is very critical because for the first time, the people with Kolomani are going to have a gold mine refinery. The people with Kolomani are going to have a gold mine refinery. And as sooner than later, we shall be going to showcase what is happening there. It is quite advanced in terms of its completion. The word Kolomani actually means gold mine. So the people of Western now are able to, and that is what we are trying to do, to make sure that our people are able to benefit. The foreign and diaspora relations have also reported increased outbound, high-level engagements with more than 200 agreements signed with partner counties. This has in turn enhanced diaspora remittances to Kenya shillings 660 billion, about $5 billion US, with more Kenyans abroad contributing to the country's holistic development. And 85% of this money goes to support households in various villages across the country. 660 billion. This is the highest income earning that we are having, going forward. And you can see clearly it is really a game changer, higher than tea and coffee. And it is the directive of His Excellency the President that we increase this to 1 trillion shillings. If we are able to get 1 trillion from remittances abroad, then we are going to support our economy in a very fundamental manner. These are our Kenyans. They are working in various countries. We have very good bilateral agreements with Saudi Arabia, with Germany. We are working with the UK and other destinations to ensure that our people get favorable employment terms in this whole program of labor mobility. In the tourism and wildlife sector, this is equally booming. If you see the high season, all of the drivers, with Land Cruisers, they have been teeming with the tourists in all over the country. And we have been able to earn 462.21 billion shillings. This is very high. And we have had 2.42 million international arrivals in Kenya. That's amazing. And when you look at the local tourism, over 5 million Kenyans are now visiting various parts of the country. Just here at KICC, if you look at the number of school children coming to see Nairobi, I was just having a conversation the other day with the CEO of KICC. Tremendous. Tremendous. So Kenyans are traveling and getting to know, their country. So tourism is booming. The idea of the ETA has really worked because Kenya is now more accessible. And we know for sure that in the long run, we shall have over 5 million international arrivals as we go by. The government, therefore, remains committed to the welfare of all Kenyans and will continue to turn its promises into tangible results towards a stronger, inclusive, and more prosperous country. Kenya itasimama, Kenya itainuka, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. Jobs, loans and opportunities. Through the formalization of the 2.25 million small businesses and the upgrading of 31 constituency industrial development centers, the government has created over 9,000 jobs and ensured that more young people have access to employment opportunities. The establishment of cold storage facilities, incubation hubs, and the varied trade fairs that have been conducted at the county levels have also opened up new markets for the young entrepreneurs. One may ask, how is this happening? We do have the digital hubs, many of them that have been properly stocked with computers and internet. Just over the weekend on Saturday, we were in Embu, and many of them are now functional in different places. And we've had very good stories of people in various TVETs telling us how they are earning a lot of money, like Rift Valley. There is even a young man who has been able to demonstrate how he's been able to make 3 million shillings within a very short time. And so therefore, it is important for us to understand that we shall not relent in our quest to ensure that we industrialize our country. Right now, we have over 13 counties that are at advanced stages of the county agricultural industrial parks, such as the one in Sagana, in Kenyaga County, doing extremely well. Others that are already well established in terms of certain facilities, like in Homa Bay, and also the county industrial development centers. We are combining all of that so that we can increase our manufacturing footprint and then use a digital superhighway and the creative economy for marketing. Many more young people are now working from home because they just need internet and they're able to be remote virtual assistants for various companies abroad. We call this Taifa Care. This is a rise from the 8 million that were registered in 2022 since independence, indicating increased access and availability of healthcare services across the country. In fact, the government is now in the process of registering all the indigents, those who can't and pay, won't pay, so that we are able to cover everyone. And the Ministry of Health shall be giving more information on how that shall be rolled out in due course of the month of September. The recruitment and training of 107,000 community health promoters is further ensuring that more households are served at the community level as the government establishes more cancer treatment centers and screens million more from chronic diseases. In addition, key achievements in the building and upgrading of more than 350 new hospitals since 2022 and digitization of 10,582 facilities to enhance service delivery to Kenyans. Very important program here. We've been able to build 350 hospitals in collaboration with the county governments. We have been able to digitize the operationalization of Medicare so that you don't carry the many documents, and 10,582 facilities are now on board. We've been able to disburse over 68 billion shillings since this Taifa Care started. We have allocated 13 billion shillings to primary health care, another 10 billion to emergency and critical care fund, and many more people are able to benefit from healthcare. So it is extremely important that we say SHA is working. We've had so many success stories. Those who thought that it's not going to succeed can only wait to see how effective this program is. And this is the first time that every Kenyan has a chance at really being covered going forward. And of course, as it has been spoken, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with DCI, are rooting out any form of corruption amongst the various hospitals that have been targeted to ensure that everything is working in accordance with law. And that is why we want to streamline all of the processes that are required, all of the services that are given, so that we can ensure that our government is able to function properly.